stop. If you think the recent Bitcoin surge was about you, your portfolio, or even the latest wave of institutional ETFs, you've been played. That massive liquidity injection wasn't just for human investors. It was like flooding a valley to create a deep lake, preparing the environment for a new species to arrive, autonomous AI agents. And they've been given a kill list. Remember, we are not financial advisors. You should do your own research before making any investment decisions, and you can pause and review this disclaimer at your leisure. I'm not talking about a hack. I'm talking about a systematic, calculated obsolescence. These agents, this new machine economy, are designed to reward pure programmatic utility. Think of them like a vending machine that only accepts one specific type of coin. It doesn't care if you offer it a diamond. If it's not the right coin, it provides no value. These AIs are positioned to starve an entire class of crypto assets of liquidity, users, and relevance. They could methodically send them to zero. If you hold one specific type of cryptocurrency, your wallet is their primary target, and you are positioned to be farmed. Today, I'm going to show you exactly which one it is and what the smart money is doing to get on the right side of this trade. For the past year, the mainstream narrative has been simple and clean. Bitcoin is digital gold. Institutional adoption is here. With the launch of spot ETFs, massive financial firms are finally on board, and Bitcoin's price has reflected that, breaking old highs. We saw prices swing wildly in 2025, even peaking above $125,000 before settling lower. And that's a comfortable story. It's the story they want you to believe, but it might be a smokescreen. Here's the real story, the one unfolding in the server rooms of big tech and the research papers of quant funds. We are at the dawn of the agent economy. Not just AI chatbots, but truly autonomous agents. Think of them as digital employees that can independently search, transact, and make economic decisions without a human manager. We're talking about AI agents that can manage their own wallets, execute complex trades, and even deploy their own smart contracts. Now, ask yourself a simple question. Can these digital employees operate using the traditional banking system? It would be like asking a self-driving car to navigate using horse and buggy trails. Can an AI running 24/7 across decentralized servers open a bank account? Can it wait 3 business days for a wire transfer? Can it navigate KYC and sanctions lists? Of course not. For a global autonomous machine economy to function, it needs a financial layer that is as automated, permissionless, and unstoppable as the agents themselves. It needs a high-speed rail network for money, not dirt roads. It needs crypto. What if the recent institutional rush into Bitcoin wasn't just about diversification? What if it was a strategic acquisition? They weren't just buying an asset. They were buying the foundational rails for this new economy. The massive ETF inflows weren't the end game. They were the beginning, ensuring the network had enough liquidity and stability to support trillions of dollars in future machine-to-machine transactions. This is one of the biggest paradigm shifts in crypto since the invention of the smart contract, and it's happening right now. The rules are being rewritten by lines of code, and most investors could be left behind. If you want to stay ahead of this trend and understand where the real opportunities are, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. I'll be tracking this evolution for you every step of the way. So, how do we know this is happening? Let's connect a few dots. First, look at the projects leading this charge. A project like Fetch.ai is building an entire ecosystem where autonomous software agents can be built, deployed, and monetized. Think of it as a digital factory floor where AI workers can be hired, complete jobs, and get paid instantly. These aren't just simple bots. They are AI agents with enduring memory that learn over time and can perform complex tasks like logistics, optimization, or DeFi portfolio management. Their entire system is built on the premise that agents need to transact with each other using a native token, FET, to pay for services, data, and decisions. This isn't theoretical. Their agent-verse platform already allows developers to deploy these agents today. Second, look at the AI world's demand for a decentralized structure. Centralized AI, controlled by a handful of tech giants, creates enormous risks of bias, censorship, and control. This is where a project like Bittensor comes in. Bittensor is creating a decentralized marketplace for artificial intelligence itself. It's like an open source library for AI brains, where instead of being siloed in private labs, anyone can contribute their models or computing power to the network and get rewarded in its native token. Teo. This creates an open and permissionless AI economy, and Teo is the currency that fuels it. This isn't a niche idea anymore. It's becoming financialized. Now here's where it gets interesting and where the threat to your portfolio becomes clear. What do all these autonomous systems, these agents and decentralized AI models have in common? They are ruthlessly efficient. They are like a GPS that will always find the mathematically fastest route. They don't care about scenic detours, brand loyalty, or a project's vision. They care about data, speed, and cost. And this brings us to the target, the crypto assets that are at risk of being programmed to zero. The single type of cryptocurrency that this new agent economy will systematically challenge is pure governance tokens. For years, DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations, have been hailed as the future of corporate structure. Owning their governance token was like having a seat on the city council. The more tokens you had, the more you could vote on the town's rules and future development. The value of these tokens was tied directly to the perceived value of having that say. But what happens when the primary inhabitants of the town are no longer humans, but automated delivery drones that just need to get from point A to point B as fast as possible? An AI agent trying to execute 1 million transactions a day won't stop and wait for a 2-week city council vote to approve a more efficient traffic light pattern. It won't engage in forum debates or get swayed by emotional arguments. If a protocol is too slow, too expensive, or too inefficient because of its clunky, human-centric governance model, the agent will simply route around it. It's like a flock of birds instantly changing direction to avoid an obstacle. It will find a competitor that offers better performance, and it will shift billions of dollars in liquidity in microseconds. The rise of AI and DAOs isn't about AI participating in votes. It's about AI making voting obsolete. The decision-making process is shifting from slow, collective human consensus to automated, real-time optimization. Why would a drone fleet use a city whose flight paths are decided by committee when the next city over uses an AI to optimize flight paths in real time? It won't. This could create a death spiral for governance-heavy protocols. As AI agents become dominant economic actors on-chain, they may systematically abandon these cities, bogged down by human governance. Liquidity could dry up, user activity could plummet. And the value of your city council seat, your governance token, which was based entirely on the right to steer a ship that is now empty, would trend toward its utility value, 0. Your vote becomes worthless when the machines are not listening. This isn't financial advice, but a framework for thinking about survival and opportunity in this potential machine economy. To protect yourself, you need to think like an agent. Where will the machines allocate capital? They will likely need three things: a base layer for money, an infrastructure layer for transactions, and a brain layer for intelligence. This is the foundational layer. Bitcoin is a decentralized, censorship-resistant, and now deeply liquid digital asset. It's the digital Fort Knox, the perfect, untouchable reserve asset for an autonomous economy. The institutional inflows we've seen established BTC as the base collateral and settlement layer for machines. An agent's long-term savings account will likely be in Bitcoin. Agents may be executing thousands, if not millions, of transactions per day. They need a blockchain that is incredibly fast and incredibly cheap. Think of this as the nervous system of the machine economy. While Ethereum can be like a congested city street, Solana is built to be a fiber optic cable capable of handling thousands of transactions per second for fractions of a penny. Its raw performance makes it a logical contender to be the highway for high-frequency agent activity. This is the highest risk, highest reward part of the portfolio. Instead of just using the infrastructure the agents use, you could own a piece of their collective brain. Projects like Bittensor and Fetch.ai are building the decentralized intelligence and agent coordination layers. Owning their tokens is like owning shares, not in the railroad, but in the company designing the AI consciousness that will decide where all the trains go. As more agents are deployed and the demand for decentralized computation and coordination grows, the value of these networks could grow significantly. Let's summarize. What if the recent Bitcoin pumps weren't just about retail FOMO, but were the first phase of capitalization for a new machine-led economy? This economy, driven by ruthlessly efficient AI agents, will reward pure utility and speed. As a result, an entire class of crypto assets, pure governance tokens, is now facing potential obsolescence. They are the slow, debate-driven city councils in a world that is about to be run by hyper-efficient drones. Their value proposition could evaporate and their price could follow. This is just the first move. The game between human investors and AI agents has begun. Next, the agents won't just be using protocols, they may start building their own, optimizing for a world where humans are no longer in the loop. The question is, will your portfolio be ready? The machine age isn't coming. It is here, and it is actively deleting the old financial system. If you aren't positioning yourself right now, you are risking everything. But there is a specific set of assets the machines are favoring. I break down exactly what they are, and the one you need to avoid at all costs in this video right here. Click it now before the window closes.